Hey, everybody. Welcome to your Velvet Ashes Legacy podcast. This is a little bit of a different episode today. Sarah's here with me. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Denise.
So, we are prepping and getting ready for the next season of the Velvet Ashes Legacy podcast. And, Sarah, tell a little bit about some of the changes that we're hoping to make in the 25-26 season.
Yeah. So we know that you all love stories and we love stories. Like that is just the heart of Velvet Ashes and really in some ways the heart of what we have been doing so far on the podcast. But as we think about the way that stories encourage and inspire us, right? The way that sometimes we might feel like we're in the messy middle of our own story, and sometimes we can't see the end and the way that God is going to work that story out. And that is so true whether we are on the field right now serving the Lord or whether we're thinking about the women who have gone before us. And so this season, we want to keep telling stories, stories from women in the past, but then also bringing in the stories of one another, really, of women who are in this community who are seeing the ways that God is working. And so we want to highlight those stories, to highlight your stories, the ways that you're seeing answers to prayer, or the ways that God has brought comfort and joy in the midst of a really hard circumstance. And there is just something beautiful about being reminded that God is at work all over the world. And so if as you are hearing that, if you are feeling like, oh, I know that I have a story that I want to tell, would you reach out to us?
Ooh, let us know.
Yes. Yeah. We want to be able to highlight your story in this coming season of the podcast.
So here's the deal. Jesus told story, right? So as we think about and are inspired, Sarah, you led a Devo for we had a team meeting and you talked about Jesus and the woman at the well. And I have thought about that so often. I have used that. Story probably inspired some of the ladies to go to the field. That's why we started the Legacy podcast, right? It's because we were inspired by Amy Carmichael's and Elizabeth Elliott's and all the things.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And what keeps you there is when you meet with your friend or you hear that woman online who has been doing the things. She is answering the call and the Lord is showing up, and it inspires you to be like, okay, he's working there. I have to believe he's going to be working in this story. He called me to do this. So it's the stories that get us there, and it's the stories that inspire us to keep going. It's the stories Jesus uses in the Bible to teach us, shape us, mold us, encourage us. We just feel like story is so important. And so actually, this month, the month of August, Velvet Ashes, our theme is story. We believe it so much. We're doing a whole month on story at Velvet Ashes.
Yes.
But one of the things that we also want to do, besides tell you stories and tell your story, is also let you know what we're doing at Velvet Ashes. So we do recognize that there are women that listen to this who are not serving cross-culturally, but they just love to hear and be inspired by the stories because it does inspire things to happen in your mission field wherever you are. However, our audience is you, ladies who are living cross-culturally, who feel a part of that community. And what we do at Velvet Ashes is for you. And we realize sometimes we don't even talk about that much on this podcast. And so we want to let you know, hey, this is what's going on this month. If you aren't a part of our community, take advantage of that. We would love for you to know about some things that are going on. So,
right. Well, and if you are someone who's listening and you're not on the field, and so maybe those resources and events and things don't feel as relevant for you, maybe there's someone in your life that you hear about something that we are offering here at Velvet Ashes, and you think, oh, I want this other woman in my life to know about this, or this woman that my church supports or something. So maybe if you're thinking, hey, that doesn't feel super relevant, it could be relevant for someone in your life.
So true. Word of mouth is how Velvet Ashes got started, right? It was,
for sure,
hey,
yeah.
let me tell you about this blog that I just read. And so the best way to invite women to be blessed by this community is to tell them. And so we hope that you're doing that. But so we want to tell you about a couple of things we have coming up this month. Sarah, tell them about the reentry retreat because you were a part of making that happen.
Yeah, it was such a privilege to be part of kind of the back end, the behind the scenes part of putting together this reentry retreat. You know, all of us who are on the Velvet Ashes team have gone and served somewhere, but then we have come back to our passport country, and we know what it's like to kind of walk through that tender, raw, disorienting season of reentry. And it's such an impactful time. And so this has been something that we've been working on for a while. And Danielle and our team have crafted a really beautiful online reentry retreat for you once you have returned to your passport country and the dust has kind of settled. So this is not for the day you get off the airplane or cross the border back into your passport country, but just to give you space to be with Jesus and to really process with God your reentry season and your time on the field. And so there's teaching videos from Danielle. There's a panel conversation with women who have walked this path ahead of you and just sharing their stories. That's what I got to be part of. And a really gentle movement practice, also led by a woman who has served cross culturally. And so, yeah, I think it'll be a resource that will create really precious time with the Lord.
What I love about this is I feel like when you do enter into a transition of reentry, everything is so disorienting and you feel like nobody quite understands and I don't even know what to
Right.
do. My schedule's off. I don't even know if I have a place that I've landed fully. Yes, the dust is beginning to settle, but you also might feel the loneliest and out of place that you have ever felt. And this is something you can pull out then and be like, okay, I'm these ladies get me. This is something that I can be invited into. There's a structure to it, and I can just be reminded of some of the truths that the Lord has for me here in this place. So,
Right.
this is something to have in your back pocket. If you are not even looking at transition, I would say someday you probably will be going through it. And so early bird pricing is going to be happening at the very beginning. And this is going to be the cheapest you're going to be able to get it. So even if you're like, there's no transition happening for me right now, well, stick it in your library for when that day comes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I've already prepared for this. This is my knowing someday it's going to happen and I've got this taken care of. So
Right. Yeah. So registration starts on August 1st and it'll be there for you right away. So, you know, a lot of times when we're talking about online retreats, there's a lot of like lead up to it and you look forward to when it releases, but this will be available right away on August
day
1st.
one, you want it,
Yes.
push play day one, you've got it. Also, I love the imagery for this retreat. It's so different than anything we've done before. It's actual NASA footage of a
Mm-hmm.
re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. And it sounds so unvelvet ashes like, but it is beautiful and exactly what people are feeling. And so I
Right.
really enjoyed the imagery for this retreat a lot. Yeah, so be ready for that. Actually, it's available today. You are listening
Right.
to
Yeah.
this, it's available.
Yes.
So, the next thing that we have coming up is our Equip conference. Guys, we love bringing this conference to you. Our retreats really are more geared to your spiritual growth and creating that space with the Lord. And this Equip conference is really addressing those practical needs we as women
Mm-hmm.
have serving cross culturally. So, we have three keynote speakers this year. These three women, actually, I'm one of them, so I feel a little bit weird doing this, but I'm so excited to get to talk to women and
Yeah.
encourage them in this way. But our theme is wilderness, and I don't know if anybody has ever felt like they are in the wilderness at all. And we have myself, Jenny Erlingson, who is a longtime Velvet Ashes community member. She's an author, she's a board member here. She writes her own encouragement for women who are on the field. And then Sarah Yardley, who is this amazing speaker. She You might even recognize her voice from Lectio 365. She brings you some of those weeks in Lectio 365. She is the lead of the Emmaus Road Church in the UK. And so she's got her hands in a lot of things. She used to lead Creation Fest. I have a really funny connection with her of how we met on a safari 15 years ago. Bizarre as that all get out. But so these are just amazing women who are living in different seasons of cross cultural life, bringing you encouragement from the word
Mhm.
about this season of wilderness. And then, Sarah, tell a little bit about the awesome workshops we have lined up for this year.
Yeah, like you were saying, Denise, I mean, we want this to feel really practical and to meet you right where you are with the needs that you might be experiencing on the field. And so we have a really fun lineup of workshops. Some of them dig into really hard things like
Mm.
dealing with grief and hope, dealing with shame and building resilience to deal with shame on the field, leading out of a place of cultural confidence. But then there are some that are really specific to maybe different seasons of life, like having a holistic look at perinatal care. So, conception all the way to after birth. And how do we walk with families in that really tender and important time? We'll have a workshop specifically on marriage, one on singleness, and then some kind of fun things like art and baking, and just kind of helping you build your skills in some of those different areas.
We also have one about risk and how that applies to
Mm,
women and as they're serving on the field, just like different things to be aware of. And so, really excited about who is bringing that one to us. Sue Enigenberg, who is an author that we have hosted, is doing one about your stories, furlough planning. Who doesn't want to know more about doing that? So, I mean,
right.
the list goes on. Sarah, you're even a part of a workshop this year about a masterclass in baking.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I won't be doing baking, but I will be there.
So, practical things, all the way from how you are existing in your culture to tangible things you're putting in your home to how you're living relationships,
Hmm.
all of the things. And the fun thing is, we actually put out an invitation to you, women on the field, like, hey, what do you have to offer? Would you like to be a part of this conference? So, some of these workshops are women who are like, hey, I could offer this and I would love to be a part of this. So,
Yeah.
we're thrilled about everything that you get to experience. Some different things we're doing this year is you actually can have access to the whole conference when it drops. Last year, we dropped 1 day's worth of content on a Thursday and then on a Friday and then on a
Hmm.
Saturday. But this year, we do suggest that you take it 1 day at a time, but we're dropping them all at the same time. So you can organize how you want to work through the conference with your days that we give you.
Hmm.
Um, Fun ways to interact. You get to chat with each other about each workshop. We've got some fun things in store that we will share more about later. But what you need to know is registration begins August 14th. Why do you need to know that, Sarah?
Well, that you're going to get the best early bird rate for the conference. And we should mention also that both the Reentry Retreat and the Equip Conference this year are included in annual membership. So
Oh, that's right.
if you have thought about joining our annual membership, it's a really fun place to be in community and to get other resources. But having having these two things as part of it just really adds to the value of annual membership.
Truthfully, if you're going to do both of these things, it is you should just be an annual member because it's almost the entire annual membership to just do both of these things. And so,
Mhm.
plus you get all the other things with annual membership that come with that, the monthly content, the live calls, the book club, the spiritual formation, all of those things on top of that. But yes,
Right.
the best price if you're just going to do this conference is early bird week, August 14th.
Yeah. And then we also have a fun way of kind of inviting others in. Like if you want to grab a teammate or a friend and invite them to do the conference, we have a special offer for you. The first 100 people to register will get a coupon starting August 21st for 50% off. So that's a coupon that you can give to somebody else once you have registered. And then if you're part of that first 100 people, you can give that coupon to a friend or a teammate and encourage them to get 50% off of the registration and be part of the conference as well.
And if you are an annual member, you do not miss out on the 50% off coupon. You will be getting a 50% off coupon to share with a friend, and you didn't even have to do anything else besides exist as an annual member. So you can invite someone to get together and do this conference together, do it online, no matter where you are in the world, and have conversations about it. It's so fun to see who shows up in the comments and what they're saying and how they're interacting with it. And honestly, most all of our workshop presenters are saying, I'll be in the comments of my workshop. If you want to ask me a specific question about this, I'm going to be in the workshop comments with you to be able to answer that. So even though it's not live, you still get to have that personal feedback from your workshop presenter. So anyway, can you tell we're excited about this stuff? We just actually, we sit here recognizing that some of you may be just totally online fatigue. And so when we offer something to you, know that we do that with that in mind, knowing that we choose what we bring to you because it's so good. And we want to do our best to bring you things that are going to bless your life and your ministry and encourage you where you're at. We don't want to bring you white noise just to keep you online, because we know we feel it. We feel the fatigue of just the constant being online. So we hope that as you are apportioning your online, existence, that maybe you factor this in to, hey, this is something worth it. So anyway, this is a little bit of what we hope you will experience in the 2025-26 Velvet Ashes Legacy Podcast. We want to bring you the stories, but we also want to let you know about some things that are coming up. And if we know of something that's not done by Velvet Ashes, but we think it's a great resource, we want to talk about that too. We want to equip you all year long with things that we find valuable for women who are serving cross-culturally. So we hope that you find this podcast something that you would be, hey, we want to share this with our friend. We think this is something that you would really benefit from. And so we hope that the 2025-26 podcast season is exactly that to you. So, Sarah, anything else you would want to say before we close out this teaser, maybe? I don't even know what to call it for next
sort
season.
of a mini look ahead at what is coming for the podcast. Yeah, I am just so grateful that you're here, and hope that you will find some kind of encouragement, some kind of inspiration, maybe just that little bit of a reminder that God is still at work, that can just keep you moving forward and keep you listening to what God has for you in the midst of it.
You are seen. You are loved. What you're doing matters, and God is still at work, so don't give up. We're looking forward to being with you in the next season of the Velvet Ashes Legacy Podcast. We'll see you then.